I was invited here to speak at this festival, and I'd like you to know I don't speak at other people's festivals. That's something I don't do, because we have 4 festivals, and I do enough speaking already. But I wanted to accept this invitation because the people that invited me I have great respect for, and they are representatives in Guatemala, and they do a great job for us, and they have done a great job for us over the last few years, as they have been our representative. And I think they've put on an incredible show, because a festival needs to be about celebrating great work. It needs to be about networking, and it needs to have a beautiful environment, a beautiful place. That's why we have Cannes. That's why we do it in Cannes. Cannes is a beautiful place. And this festival has everything. It has such a beautiful place. It has networking, it has celebration of the Jade Awards, and I hope it also has inspiration, because that's another thing that festivals need to bring. People need to leave feeling inspired to do great work. So I'd like to say thank you to the people that invited me. Thank you very much to UGAP. Thank you to Ernesto and Andres and to Pauline for inviting me. And also, congratulations on a very, very successful festival so far. Thank you very much. So, before you have your beer, I'm going to talk to you about Cannes Lions. Only 1 month ago it happened, so there are many things we can learn. Can I ask, how many people here have been to Cannes Lions? Not so many. So let me, first of all, show you a little bit about what Cannes Lions is like. So, I hope, thank you. I hope to see you in 2011. Who knows? But each year at Cannes, we do learn new things. And this year was a very, very interesting year. So I am going to try to keep you interested for the next 40 minutes and tell you what we learned from Cannes. I think we should ask ourselves a question. Is advertising dead? And I will come on to the reasons why I believe that, or it could be true, in a little minute. The one thing I think that changed at Cannes this year was the most incredible increase in the importance of technology. You will see some examples coming up shortly where the work is only really about technology. It's about the fusion of creativity and technology. And if you look at some of the cyber winners, our digital winners at Cannes, you'll see that the technology side, which is almost like engineering, it's almost like invention, has become a very important part of creativity. It was so noticeable at Cannes this year, and I'll show you some examples. Can you keep up with your clients? You've spent, if you're a creative, you have spent the last years of your life trying to make your clients do good things, because you are clever and they are stupid. But actually, if you look at what happened at Cannes this year, you'll see that clients are starting to lead the way. They have understood the power of creativity, and they have understood what that does for their business. And I challenge you to ask yourself, are you ahead of your client, or is your client becoming ahead of you? And as you'll see in a minute, it doesn't matter how big you are. Small is beautiful. And I will prove that to you very shortly. You know, these conferences, this talking that we do right now, this is about learning. And a lot of what Cannes does is about learning. But if you look at the seminars that we hold at Cannes, you can see down there the number of people who went to the seminars at Cannes. 40,000 people went to the seminars at Cannes. But who did they listen to? This is interesting because these were the top 10 attended seminars at Cannes. And number one was Facebook, understandable. 3,500 people went to see Mark Zuckerberg speak at Cannes. But if you go down the list, you start at the top with Facebook, understandable, very sexy, very exciting, very modern. Number two, Saatchi & Saatchi. They had a showcase of directors, the best young directors making movies. That's kind of old-fashioned. Making films. Why is that interesting? Yahoo and Ben Stiller, a Hollywood guy talking about content. The next one down, Publicis and Contagious, who talked about integration. You have a client, Kraft Foods, coming to talk with Spike Jonze, who is a movie maker. He's a director and a producer. And then you have Grey, which is an agency, but with Yoko Ono, who is crazy. She's a musician, she's an artist. What's that got to do with advertising? Then you have JWT, traditional agency. Then you have Go Viral, a digital agency. Then you have Initiative, which is a media agency. And at last you have a games manufacturer, a games maker. So we have 55 seminars, 55 conferences at Cannes each year. And you can see, it doesn't matter who is talking. It's what they're telling you about communications, what they're telling you about the world. And so what we learn from this, we learn anybody can teach you about communications. It can be a Hollywood director, it can be a mad woman like Yoko Ono, it can be a client like Kraft Foods, oh my God. It can be young directors making movies. This has changed, changing all the time. And I think next year we will see technology companies on that list, actual, genuine technology companies. So what do we do? What do agencies and clients really do? Do we make advertising? I think by the end of this, you think, no, we don't. Is it communications? Maybe it's art? Maybe it's a conversation. Yeah, that's more likely. Or maybe it's a service for the customer. Or maybe it's all of those things, as long as it's making the customer happy. And when you see the work, you'll see it is all of those things. It's all of those things in equal measure, and it's all of those things as important as each other. We had a wonderful design Grand Prix. So the design team, the jury come together and they judge the design lions, and they look at calendars, they look at typography, they look at packaging, and they chose this as the Grand Prix. And I ask you, is this really advertising? If I can get it to start.
Toyota launches the new IQ, a compact car that combines sleek design and cutting-edge technology. Communicate the unique agility and perfect control of the IQ in a relevant way to a target group of 18 to 35-year-old urban people. To demonstrate its incredible agility, the new Toyota IQ is the first car in the world ever to create an entire font from A to Z. To make this project happen, a slightly unlikely collection of personnel was needed. Zach Lieberman, software developer and pioneer in interactive art. Pierre and Damien from Please Let Me Design, a type and graphic design studio. and professional driver Stef van Kampenhout.